Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I do hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with training today, and our topic for today is leadership instincts. This video really is about leading beyond your personal experience. Now, in most organizations, when they're recruiting a leader to spearhead a project or to lead an organization, the organization often looks for a leader who has experience in the area in which they'll be required to perform. So experience is definitely a necessary requirement. However, you will come to certain points in your leadership where you will find that you do not have the experience that you require to lead. This can be a scary thing, but it's okay because it's something that can actually grow you as a leader and contributes to your growth as a leader, your personal development as a leader. So, what do you do when you are faced with a situation whereby you're required to lead beyond your personal experience? Perhaps you haven't experienced a pandemic because we haven't had one in about 100 years, I believe. So this is new to you, yet you're required to lead your organization and lead your people through this pandemic. This can be very new and very frightening. However, there are ways to navigate it to make sure you come out on top. During such situations, your leadership instincts and your heart as a leader will be that which guides you and act as a compass to help you take your people in the right direction. So one of the ways that you can actually navigate such a situation is to make an assessment of the skills that you have within your leadership team. Make an assessment of the skills and the experiences and the creativity and heart levels of your leaders. There might be someone on your team that might have the relevant experience or the relevant skills that you require, or maybe you're just able to think creatively and think outside of the box. That's the person that you want to be working with. I know for some leaders, you might feel like because you're the leader, you should have all the answers and have all the solutions, but that is not the case. Teamwork is crucial in leadership. So once you've identified the person whom you will want to work closely with, then don't be afraid to delegate as much responsibility to them as possible. There's the old-time biblical story of Moses and Joshua. Moses was asked to speak to the rock, but instead he struck the rock, and consequently he wasn't able to enter the promised land. So he had to hand over his leadership baton to his successor, Joshua. So as a leader, it's important for you to know when you are required to hand over your baton to a successor. It might not necessarily be a successor that takes your role as a leader, but it might take your role as it relates to a particular project, a particular assignment for a particular time. You might not need to be the one who is spearheading or sitting at the top of the table because perhaps there's someone else in the room that is better qualified or has more experience, and that's okay. It doesn't make you less of a leader. So work closely with such a person or with such people. And the great leader, what they do in such situations, when the results are positive, then you give the credit to your team. But if things go wrong, the great leader must take responsibility and take the blame, and that's what sets you apart and makes you the leader, because when things fall apart, it falls on your shoulders because you are the leader. So it's okay. What am I saying? It's okay for you to follow your instincts. It's okay for you to assess and to see whether there's somebody else that you should be relying on their skills, relying on their experience, relying on their creativity. And when you do so, you're learning, you're broadening your creativity levels, you're broadening your leadership skills, because you're not just relying on your leadership skills, but you're relying on the skills of another, and that makes you bigger as a person. So it's okay to lean on other people, it's okay to lean on the team, but be aware that if things do go wrong, as the leader of that organization, you must be willing to step forward, take the blame, explain to the people, and then create a new course of action. Again, that can be done with the team, and that's completely okay. So follow your instincts, your leadership instincts as a leader. Learn to trust your instincts and learn to rely on others within your team. Okay, these are my thoughts for you today. Please feel free to share this with whoever you think needs to hear it. Until next time, from my heart to yours, do take it easy. Bye.